Most men think when a woman returns, it means they finally won. But that is exactly where many men lose their power again. When she comes back after silence, distance, rejection, confusion, disrespect, or emotional games, the weak man feels relief before he feels clarity. He sees her name on the phone, hears her voice again, notices her softer tone, and suddenly forgets everything he learned while she was gone. He forgets the nights he waited. He forgets the mixed signals. He forgets how small he felt when he was chasing answers. He forgets the version of himself that had to rebuild peace while she was living like his pain did not matter. And because she returned, he thinks the problem is solved. But a woman returning is not always proof that she changed. Sometimes it is only proof that she felt the loss of access. This is where many men misunderstand the psychology of power. They think the moment she comes back, they must open the door fully, give her warmth immediately, explain how much they missed her, and show her that they are still the same man who cared. But if you give full access too quickly, you teach her that leaving did not cost her anything. If you become emotional too fast, you teach her that your self-control was only temporary. If you act like her return is the prize, you place her back in control of the dynamic before you even understand why she returned. Now, this video is not about becoming cold, cruel, arrogant, or punishing a woman for coming back. A mature man does not use silence as revenge. He does not humiliate her. He does not play childish games to prove he has power. But he also does not hand over his dignity just because she reappeared. Because when she returns, the real test is not whether you still care. The real test is whether you can care without becoming controllable again. A woman may return because she misses you. She may return because she regrets losing access to your energy. She may return because other men did not give her the same feeling. She may return because your silence made her curious. She may return because she wants comfort, attention, validation, or emotional safety. But until her actions show maturity, consistency, and respect, you cannot treat her return like a guaranteed transformation. Because the man she cannot control anymore is not the man who hates her. It is the man who learned from her absence. So in this video, you will discover how to handle it when she returns, how to stay calm without becoming cold, how to observe her intentions without chasing reassurance, how to protect your peace, and how to become the man she can no longer pull back into old patterns. Because when she returns, your power is not in pushing her away. Your power is in not becoming the old version of yourself just because she knocked again. Before we go on, everything I teach on this channel, every reason, every truth, it's a map. But a map only takes you so far. At some point, you have to actually walk the road. That road is the community. It's where men stop collecting insight and start collecting proof. Proof that they can hold their frame, master their emotions, and build the kind of presence that doesn't need to perform. You don't rent this. You own it. One decision made once, and every course, every future lesson, every tool we ever release, yours permanently. No renewals, no countdown. Just a door that opens once and stays open. If you're tired of almost changing, the link is below. Walk through it. Now, let's begin. Section number 1. Do not reward her return with full access immediately. The first rule when she returns is this. Do not reward her return with full access immediately. This is where many men lose the power they worked so hard to rebuild. When she disappears, pulls away, rejects you, chooses distance, or treats your presence like it is optional, you may go through pain, confusion, anger, and reflection. You may finally start sleeping better, thinking clearer, rebuilding your confidence, and learning how to live without waiting for her. Then suddenly, she comes back. Maybe she texts, "Hey, how have you been?" Maybe she reacts to your story. Maybe she says she was thinking about you. Maybe she acts softer than before. And because the old emotional attachment is still inside you, part of you wants to open the door completely. You want to answer fast. You want to be warm again. You want to show her that you are still available. But that is exactly the moment where your self-respect must speak louder than your excitement. The hidden mistake is thinking her return automatically means she deserves the same access she had before. It does not. Access must be earned again through behavior, not granted again because of emotion. If she left you confused, ignored your effort, played with distance, or made you feel like you had to chase clarity, then her return is not the finish line. It is only the beginning of observation. A mature man does not punish her for returning, but he also does not act like nothing happened. He remains calm. He responds with balance. He lets her show whether she came back with real respect or just came back because she missed the comfort of being wanted. In female psychology, access is powerful because it teaches value. If she returns and you instantly become the same overgiving man, she may feel relief, but not necessarily respect. She learns that leaving did not change your standard. She learns that your silence was temporary. She learns that all she needed to do was reappear, and you would hand her the old position again. But if you stay composed, warm but measured, respectful but not eager, open but not fully available, she feels a different man in front of her. For example, if she texts after weeks of silence, the weak man replies in seconds with emotional excitement. The bitter man attacks her. The controlled man says, "I'm good. I hope you've been well." Calm, simple, no chasing, no punishment, no full access. Because when she returns, the first thing she should feel is not your hunger. She should feel your standard. Section number 2. Listen to her actions more than her words. The second rule when she returns is to listen to her actions more than her words. This is where many men become weak again, because a returning woman may come back with soft energy, sweet words, emotional memories, or a tone that makes the past feel alive again. She may say, "I missed you." She may say, "I've been thinking about you." She may say, "I didn't mean to hurt you." She may even say, "Things feel different now." And because those words touch the exact place where he was wounded, the man starts believing the story before he sees the evidence. He wants the words to be true so badly that he stops observing whether her behavior has actually changed. This is the hidden danger of her return. Words can create hope faster than actions can prove truth. A woman may return because she is emotional in the moment, because she feels lonely, because another situation disappointed her, because she misses your attention, or because she wants to know if she still has access to you. That does not always mean she is ready to respect you better, communicate clearly, or build something healthier. A mature man understands that words are the door, but actions are the proof. He does not become harsh, but he becomes observant. He listens calmly, but he does not surrender his standards to beautiful sentences. In female psychology, a woman will feel the difference between a man who is easily moved by words and a man who requires consistency. If she says she misses you but disappears again, believe the disappearance. If she says she wants to talk but avoids accountability, believe the avoidance. If she says she changed but still expects the same old access without respect, believe the pattern. Your power is not in doubting everything she says. Your power is in refusing to let words erase what actions have not repaired. For example, if she comes back saying, "I really missed what we had," the old version of you may immediately become emotional and start rebuilding the connection in your head. But the stronger version says, "I hear you, but I pay attention to actions now, not just words." That sentence is calm, mature, and powerful. It does not attack her. It simply tells her that you are not controlled by nostalgia anymore. Because when she returns, her words may touch your heart, but her actions must earn your trust. Section number 3. Do not let her nostalgia pull you back into the old pattern. The third rule when she returns is to not let her nostalgia pull you back into the old pattern. This is one of the most dangerous parts of a woman coming back, because nostalgia does not feel like a trap at first. It feels warm. It feels familiar. It sounds like, "Remember when we used to talk every night? I miss how things were between us. Nobody understood me like you did. We had something special." And when a man still has feelings, those words can reopen a door inside him quickly. Suddenly, he remembers the good moments more than the painful ones. He remembers the laughter more than the confusion. He remembers the softness more than the disrespect. He remembers the chemistry more than the emotional cost. And before he knows it, he's not dealing with the woman in front of him anymore. He is dealing with the memory of the woman he wanted her to be. This is the hidden mistake many men make. They confuse nostalgia with change. But missing the past does not mean she is ready to build differently in the present. A woman can miss your energy and still repeat the same behavior. She can miss your attention and still avoid accountability. She can miss the comfort you gave her and still not respect the boundaries you need now. That is why a mature man must enjoy the memory without becoming controlled by it. He can acknowledge the past, but he does not let the past erase the pattern that made him pull away in the first place. In female psychology, nostalgia can create emotional softness, but softness is not always stability. When she returns with memories, she may be reaching for the feeling she had with you, not necessarily the responsibility required to keep you. And the man she cannot control anymore understands that a beautiful memory is not enough to rebuild trust. Trust requires consistency. Respect requires accountability. A new chapter requires new behavior. For example, if she says, "I miss how close we used to be," the old version of you may rush to say, "Me too, I missed you so much." But the stronger version stays calm and says, "We had good moments, but I'm more interested in what would be different now." That answer is powerful because it does not reject emotion, but it refuses to be blinded by it. Because when she returns, nostalgia may open the door, but only changed behavior should decide whether she enters again. Section number 4. Stay warm, but do not become easy again. The fourth rule when she returns is to stay warm, but do not become easy again. This is the balance most men fail to understand. They think they have only two choices. Either they become cold, distant, hard, and emotionally unavailable to prove they are strong, or they become soft, excited, forgiving, and fully open the moment she comes back. But real power is not found in either extreme. A mature man knows how to remain respectful without becoming accessible. He knows how to speak with calmness without giving away his whole emotional world. He knows how to show that he is not bitter, but also not the same man who can be pulled back into old patterns with a few sweet words. This is where many men lose control again. She returns, and because he does not want to scare her away, he becomes too gentle too fast. He over-explains. He reassures her. He says, "It's okay, don't worry about it," even when it was not okay. He answers every message quickly. He makes himself available again. He starts acting like her return has already repaired everything. But what he does not realize is that becoming easy too quickly removes the seriousness of what happened. If she can leave, return, and receive the same access without accountability, then your boundary was never a boundary. It was just a pause. In female psychology, warmth without standards can feel weak, but standards without warmth can feel like punishment. The man she cannot control anymore understands the middle path. He is not cruel. He does not act superior. He does not insult her or try to make her pay emotionally. But he also does not rush to comfort the woman who once made him uncomfortable. He lets the conversation breathe. He watches her consistency. He allows her to feel that reconnecting with him is possible, but not automatic. For example, if she says, "I was thinking about you," the old version of you may rush in with, "I missed you too. I've been waiting for this." The bitter version may say, "Too late." But the grounded version says, "I hear you. I hope that reflection brought you some clarity." That answer is warm, but not easy. It gives space, but not surrender. It keeps the door visible, but does not hand her the key. Because when she returns, your calmness should not feel like punishment. It should feel like a man who is open to respect, but close to being controlled again. Section number 5. Make her earn trust through consistency, not emotion. The fifth rule when she returns is to make her earn trust through consistency, not emotion. This is where a lot of men become vulnerable again, because emotion can feel very convincing in the moment. She may come back softer than before. She may sound emotional. She may say she regrets what happened, that she has been thinking, that she did not realize what she had, or that she misses the way you used to make her feel. And because those words touch the part of you that wanted her to understand everything, you may feel tempted to believe that the return itself is proof of change. But a mature man knows the truth. Emotion can open a conversation, but consistency is what proves character. The hidden mistake is giving trust back because she feels sorry for a moment. Feeling sorry is not the same as becoming responsible. Missing you is not the same as respecting you. Wanting access again is not the same as being ready to protect that access. A woman can feel emotional today and repeat the same pattern next week if there is no real change behind her return. That is why the man she cannot control anymore does not reject her emotions, but he does not become ruled by them either. He listens, observes, and lets time reveal whether her return has depth or whether it is only a temporary wave. In female psychology, consistency carries more weight than intensity. A woman may come back with strong words, but the stronger man watches her behavior after the emotion fades. Does she communicate better? Does she respect your boundaries? Does she take accountability without turning herself into the victim? Does she show patience when you do not immediately give her the same access? Does she accept that trust has to be rebuilt slowly? These are the signs that matter, because anyone can return when they miss comfort. Not everyone can return with maturity. For example, if she says, "I really want things to be different this time," the old version of you may say, "Okay, let's start again," too quickly. The stronger version says, "I'm open to seeing what is different, but I need consistency, not just words." That response does not push her away. It simply makes the standard clear. Because when she returns, your heart may want to believe her immediately, but your self-respect must wait for proof. And the man she cannot control anymore understands that trust is not restored by emotion. It is rebuilt by repeated behavior that matches the words. Section number 6. Do not let her test your growth with old triggers. The sixth rule when she returns is to not let her test your growth with old triggers. This is one of the most important parts of becoming the man she cannot control anymore. Because when a woman comes back, she may not immediately trust the new version of you. She may want to see whether your calmness is real or temporary. She may say something that used to make you explain yourself. She may pull away in a way that used to make you chase. She may bring up an old memory to see if you still become emotional. She may delay a reply, act slightly cold, or speak with the same tone that once made you lose your center. And if you react the same way you did before, she learns that nothing truly changed. Your silence was just a phase. Your growth was only an act. Your self-respect was only strong while she was absent, but weak the moment she returned. This is where many men lose the battle quietly. They think growth means she returns and everything becomes peaceful immediately. But real growth is tested when the old pattern tries to pull you back. If you used to over-explain, the test is whether you can now stay calm. If you used to chase when she became distant, the test is whether you can now let space exist without panic. If you used to apologize just to keep her close, the test is whether you can now stand on truth without becoming harsh. If you used to make her mood the center of your emotional world, the test is whether you can now care without surrendering your peace. In female psychology, a woman feels real change through consistency under pressure, not through speeches, not through promises, not through telling her, "I'm different now." She feels it when the same old trigger no longer produces the same old man. That is when your power becomes believable. You do not need to announce that you have grown. You simply stop reacting from the wound she once knew how to touch. For example, if she says, "You're acting different now," the old version of you may rush to explain, "No, I still care. I'm just trying to protect myself." But the stronger version says calmly, "I am different. I learned from what happened." Then you let that sentence stand. No panic, no begging, no emotional collapse. Because when she returns, she may test whether the old door still opens. And the man she cannot control anymore is the one who changed the lock. Section number 7. Make peace. Your position, not her reaction. The 7th rule when she returns is to make peace your position, not her reaction. This is the final shift that separates the old version of you from the man she cannot control anymore. The old version of you may have measured his peace by her behavior. If she replied warmly, he felt calm. If she pulled back, he felt anxious. If she apologized, he felt hopeful. If she became distant, he started overthinking. If she came back, he felt powerful. If she left again, he felt broken. That means his emotional state was not built on self-control. It was built on her movement. And any man whose peace depends on a woman's reaction can be controlled by the next mood, the next silence, the next sweet message, or the next small withdrawal. This is where many men misunderstand power. They think power means making her chase, making her jealous, making her regret, or making her admit she lost something. But real power is quieter than that. Real power is when your peace does not rise and fall every time she changes tone. Real power is when you can speak to her without becoming weak, miss her without losing yourself, care about her without handing her the steering wheel of your emotional life. When she returns, your goal is not to prove that you are unaffected. Your goal is to remain centered enough that her return does not pull you out of yourself. In female psychology, a woman can feel when a man's center is still outside of him. She can feel when he is trying to act strong, but secretly waiting for her approval. She can feel when his silence is only a performance, but she can also feel when he has become genuinely grounded. His words are slower. His responses are calmer. His attention is measured. His energy is no longer begging to be chosen. He does not need to punish her because he is not trying to prove anything. He simply lives from a position of peace, and anyone who wants to come close must respect that peace. For example, if she returns and then becomes inconsistent again, the old version of you may panic and start chasing clarity. The stronger version observes and says nothing immediately. He does not rush to fix the tension. He does not beg for reassurance. He lets her actions reveal whether she came back with respect or only came back for access. And if the pattern repeats, he steps back without a dramatic speech. Because when peace becomes your position, she can no longer control you with distance, softness, guilt, nostalgia, or confusion. And that is the man she feels differently. Not because he became cold, but because he became free. In short, when she returns, understand this clearly. Her comeback is not the moment you lose yourself again. It is the moment you prove whether the growth was real. Many men become strong only while she is gone. They learn self-respect, talk about boundaries, rebuild their confidence, and promise themselves they will never chase again. But the moment she sends one soft message, they become the old man in seconds. They open the door fully. They forget the pain. They reward the return before checking the reason behind it. And just like that, she gains control over the same version of him she once knew how to move. But the man she cannot control anymore is different. He does not hate her. He does not punish her. He does not act cold to look powerful. He simply remembers what her absence taught him. He remembers that access is earned through respect. He remembers that words are not proof until actions repeat them. He remembers that nostalgia is not change. He remembers that warmth without standards becomes weakness. He remembers that trust must be rebuilt through consistency, not emotion. And most importantly, he remembers that his peace can no longer depend on her mood, her silence, her return, or her approval. This is real power, not controlling her, not forcing her, not making her regret, not trying to dominate the situation. Real power is being able to care without becoming controllable. Real power is being able to listen without surrendering your standards. Real power is being able to say, "I hear you," without handing her the same access she once disrespected. Real power is standing in front of the woman who once triggered you and realizing she no longer owns the weak version of you. So if she returns, do not rush, do not panic, do not celebrate too early. Watch, listen, stay calm. Let her actions reveal her intentions. Let consistency prove what words only suggest. And if she came back with maturity, respect, and genuine accountability, then you can decide from strength. But if she came back only for comfort, attention, validation, or control, your peace must be stronger than your attachment. Because when a woman returns, she is not only testing whether you still care. She is testing whether the old version of you still answers the door. And the strongest moment of your life may be when you calmly realize he does not live there anymore. Comment below. When she returns, what matters more? Her words, her apology, her emotions, or her consistency? And if this gave you clarity, subscribe for more deep lessons on female psychology, emotional control, masculine self-respect, boundaries, and becoming the kind of man who cannot be controlled by old patterns again.